Hi, Democrats. I'm back. Hey, today is the 9th of August, Monday. Happy Monday. I was out for a week and I am grateful. I had 5 guest hosts last week. I had them from all over the state, and I took the time and tried to watch them while I was out on vacation, hiking and whatnot. But I want to say a special thanks to Joshua Harris Till, who guest hosted on Monday, from the vice chair of Congressional District 5, Jared Deck, who hosted on Tuesday, who lives in Norman, which is in Congressional District 4, Amber Jensen, who is the chair of Congressional District 3, Jeremy Scott, who is a delegate from Congressional District 2, and Twan Jones, who is the chair of Congressional District 1. They all came in, they stepped up, they prepared, they brought in a different take, a different kind of vibe, and brought you things that Democrats should care about, right? They brought you things that Democrats should care about, and I am so grateful. I want to do an honorable mention to Demetrius Barriolas, also from CD1, who kind of came in and helped Twan Jones from CD1 out on Friday. It was really interesting to watch and see what other Democrats think are important, and I'm going to try and incorporate some of that vibe into what I do going forward. So again, I want to thank those folks who stepped up. I want to thank you guys who gave them support by checking in. And I'm going to try and do that a little bit more often so you can get a different feel for what's going on. Because I want everybody to feel like they're getting what they need from these daily updates. So it's still me. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to talk about bills, electeds, and elections. And so I want to come back and I want to talk about them upside down. So I want to talk about elections, right? Because it's super important. Today is August 9th, Monday, August 9th. Tomorrow is Tuesday, August 10th. And there are several communities all over the state who have propositions to vote on tomorrow. So please go out to the Oklahoma State Election Board, put in your name and birthday, and find out if you have an election tomorrow, if you have propositions that you need to vote on. Read up and get prepared and show up tomorrow between 7 and 7 and let your voice be heard. So that's an election I want to make sure that everyone is aware of. And before I left, I was talking about convention reconvene. We finished convention. Convention reconvene was Saturday, July 31st. It was a virtual convention with an in-person component. And I was at the in-person portion. I was grateful for the folks who showed up, whether they were virtual or in person. We had very strict COVID protocols in the in-person section. We were socially distanced and everybody's required to wear a mask. And we took our COVID protocols very seriously, but we got the business of the body done. And I'm very excited about that. We added a little twist about resolutions so that we can add some teeth and make sure that our resolutions represent the entire body, the entire Democratic body. And so that when we start to hold our elected officials accountable, they're accountable to what we truly believe. So I'm excited about that little twist that we added at the end. So I want to thank everybody who participated in that. So that was what I wanted to talk about. Well, there's one more thing about elections. This weekend, I believe that it starts on Thursday, is the National Convention for the Young Democrats of America. Currently, the president of Young Democrats of America is our very own Joshua Harris Till from Oklahoma. He's the president of the national organization. And as such, it gives Oklahoma one more seat on the DNC. And Joshua sits on the executive committee because it's Young Democrats. He sits on the executive committee. And so that means when the DNC is making big decisions, they're actually including Oklahoma, because we have 2 members of our delegation who are members of the executive committee. That would be Joshua Harris Till as the president of Young Democrats of America, and former Governor David Walters. Those are positions that they had to run for, and they actually get a say, because believe it or not, Oklahoma isn't considered that much unless we're at the table having the arguments. I hold a position with the national organization called the Association of State Democratic Committees. I am the regional chair. So that's all of this stuff in the Midwest. And the purpose of having that position is so that when they're making decisions about where is money going to go and where are we going to give scholarships and where are we going to send surrogates, I'm at the table. Governor Walters is at the table. Joshua Harris Till is at the table fighting for Oklahoma. We're there saying, don't forget Oklahoma. Don't forget that Oklahoma is out here. We need to not lose that seat. So Joshua Harris Till is running again to retain his position as the president of Young Democrats of America. Their convention is this weekend. You can hear me. He needs as many votes as he can get. And so our delegation of Young Democrats of Oklahoma, as many of them as can afford to go, are going so that they can vote for him and they can stump for him. If you are involved in the party even a little bit, I'm sure that they've reached out to you and asked for a donation. And so this is me asking you to donate so that we can get as many Young Democrats of Oklahoma there at the national convention to vote for Joshua Harris Till so we don't lose him as a seat on the DNC. So, or you can go out on their Facebook page, Young Democrats of Oklahoma. I'm glad that you'll be there, Blake. Young Democrats of Oklahoma, and donate because they are taking a delegation there so we can keep our seat. And it's super important. And Blake Aguirre, who is running for Senate District 22 in 2022, is a young Dem and who is going to root for, vote for, and help stump for Joshua Harris Till so we can keep that seat. So that was just a plug. But, if I don't make the plug, who's going to make the plug? All right. So those are our elected officials. So I want to talk about, those are our elections. So I want to talk about our elected officials. So I don't want to really talk about our elected officials because, well, Governor Stitt is our governor, and I'm going to take a break from talking about him, although he keeps giving me a lot to talk about. I want to talk about our future elected officials. Now is the time. If you are thinking about running, step up right now. Reach out to us so we can talk to you about and get you matched up with consultants and get you running. Now is the time. If you know somebody who you think needs to run and you don't think they're going to call me. Let me know. I'll call them. Now is the time to if you're going to run for 2022, don't wait until filing in April of 2022. That's already too late. Now is the time to start working on that. And if you know somebody who's already stepped up, like Blake Aguirre, for example, Jared Deck, for example, if you know somebody who's already stepped up, they need your help already. Call them and see how you can help. Do they need phone calls being made? Do they need money? They do. Call them and you need to start helping. I assure you that the other side has already started. So we need that help. And so I don't want to talk about our current elected officials as much as I want to talk about how we make sure that we up that number. We need more Democrat elected officials. We need some balance in both the House and the Senate. And we also need a congressman or 5. It's on all of us. It's not just, those of us who work for the party. It's not just our job to recruit. It's every Democrat. You need to find the person that you want to vote for. You need to find the person that you want to vote for and encourage them to run. It's truly that simple. Okay. So let's see. I wanted to talk about that because I've been gone a long time and I want to make sure you guys don't forget. And so the bills, I want to talk about bills. We're not in session right now. I typically talk about national things at this point, and there's a lot of stuff going on nationally, but I haven't been here. And so I'm going to talk about No on 816. It's super important. It is August 9th. They are trying to do their final count and their final audit on August 21st. So that's less than 2 weeks from now. They have to have everything turned in by August 26th. It's coming up. It's so quickly. So if you have not signed up, what are you waiting on? And secondly, go ahead and do it. So we've put on the screen, and thank you to our executive director, Scott Hamilton, for taking the time to help on his day off to help me put all these things up here. Go to www.noon816.com/where to sign and find out where you need to go to sign the petition. If you don't have time to do that, call your county officers. They can tell you. If you're in Tulsa, Tulsa County Democratic Party, they have the petitions. If you're in Oklahoma City, the Oklahoma Democratic Party, they have the petitions. Nappy Roots has the petitions. Vito's restaurant run by Kathy Cummings, she has the petitions. Go sign the petition. We are one of 10 states who passed anti-protest bills. There are a bunch, like 51 were put out there all over the country. Oklahoma, because we're a top 10 state, we were able to pass our heinous anti-protest bill, and we have to undo it. We have to not make it easy for people who want to do harm to people who are participating in direct democracy. We need to encourage people to use their First Amendment right. People need to be able to say when they are happy or not happy about what is happening at our legislature. And this bill aims to curb First Amendment rights, and we can't let that happen. So sign the petition. I know I've signed it. I have petitions here at my home where I've been going around getting people to sign it. It's not that hard. If you think that you have it in you, that 10 people who can sign this petition, pick up a petition, Tulsa County Democratic Party, Oklahoma Democratic Party, pick up a petition, get 10 of your friends to sign it. It's not that hard. If you're going to go somewhere where there are going to be 10 or more people, grab a petition and have people sign it. We are running out of time, and we have to show our legislatures that we care. All righty. So I talked about bills, electeds, and elections, and I will be back tomorrow at 4:15. I hope you join me.